Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Sharky Waters Wednesday Night Dive. We're splitting the episodes in two to get through some stuff that was going on with our internet here. But fortunately, we have since solved all these issues and we're back better than ever. This is the crew match. Eric and Cassandra are going to hop to it and see who's going to stay king and or queen of the hill. What was the final word on the flip there?
I won.
Cassandra won. She seems to always do so. Well, Cassandra will break, as she always does, because she always calls crown, and that's always the one.
It always is for me, anyways.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tom.
Unfortunately, little lackluster break from Cassandra, which will put Eric up to the table. He's got a kind of an awkward look at this one. It's like right on the other side of the fin, so it's definitely not going in the side pocket. He's going to have to bank or shoot it down the rail or something fancy. Safety opportunity that I maybe am not, he's seeing that I'm not, but regardless, here he goes.
It's the safety.
My plan worked.
Yes.
Doesn't get it to go. Doesn't quite get the shot he was looking for. He's going to give Cassandra ball in hand. Looks like she was maybe trying to squeeze through the 6 and the 7 and get safe there behind the 9 and the 5. Unfortunately, that's not how it went down. She's handing it back over to Clocktifer, a.k.a. the Clock Doctor, Eric Okafor. You know, I said his name wrong once a long time ago, and then now I just randomly said it wrong before we were going live here, and now I can't say it right anymore. It's Okerlund. And I know it's Okerlund, and I don't know, still don't know why I'm saying that, but joined here in the commentary booth with Brian Trudeau. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing well. Just getting my mind ready to play Dom. He's tough.
He is
Now,
tough.
let's see if I can reach it.
Yeah.
But you're no pushover yourself.
Well,
I've lost many
I've hit
games
a
to
ball
you.
or two in my time. So it looks like Cassie's on a long reach thin cut.
Yeah.
But it's going to provide her a pretty natural shape for the 4-ball. She gets us in and doesn't hit it too hard. That's just a tough shot all the way around.
Should have grabbed the bridge.
Plain lazy. You should see Mike. You should get Larry to put that extension in for the one that clips in. Unfortunate.
You followed it in, yeah?
Nope.
Luckily you didn't have all.
So going from the 4 to the 5 here is going to be a little challenging. You're going to have to keep your speed control pretty good and get on the correct side of the 5 so you can get to the 6. But if she gets from the 4 to the 5 on the right side, it's a pretty good chance she's out.
Don't commentate. Curse me. I heard you. Commentators curse.
Good news, she got on the correct side of the 5.
No, only if I scratch.
left him pretty tough, though. I would imagine the safety is in order here. Yep, got one. She can kick at a short rail. Ball plays pretty big that close to the rail, so I think she's probably going to get it. And drains it. Too good. Too good. Jacked up over balls. This is a tough shot. Just wide. But I think she might lock him up again. Ball just got a little bit big in the middle of the table. He's got a pretty likely kick in it though. And just like the drill, the exact part of the drill, we have a back cut. This is what I was talking about. And does a great job. Oh, and right here, what happened is exactly what I was talking about, is even though she made the ball, you had to hold it for the 6, and that just makes the shot so difficult to do both things, because that cue ball does carry a lot of energy. But still a great pot. Just she got unlucky on the shape. Probably gonna go rail first on this one. Oh, no, she's short. Opted for the short rail. Oh, unfortunate. Well, looks to be pretty promising for a run out here. 6 to the 7 is really the only difficult spot to be. And once again, we have another back cut. And this kind of shot, what I was talking about before, is even if he makes the ball, the cue ball's headed towards the corner pocket, which risks a scratch, on top of trying to control the speed.
Kind of got protected by the 9 ball there, which was convenient for him.
Yeah, well, he was drawn back on that one and drew right into the 9, but didn't put him in a tight position on the 8.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of commenting on the difficulty of those back cuts is it's not just making the ball, it's controlling the cue ball and not scratching. So it adds 3 layers of difficulty onto the shot. It's hard to be really consistent at it is pretty difficult. And so usually you have one down. On what I found is I make the ball, but my shape is terrible, or I'll make the ball and I'll scratch in the corner, or like him, and I make the ball and get, tied up on something. It's pretty hard to get it consistent all the time on those cut shots.
Yeah.
Went for the safety. I think he's going to get weird for him, though. For the cue ball to be good on that 9 in the top right corner pocket. Oh. Oh, left Eric with a pretty easy cut with natural shape to the 9-ball go-up table. I would imagine he's out here. Yeah, I've been wrong before.
3 commentators curse, and your 4th one comes for free, Brian.
I'm all about the coupons. Yeah, that was very, very tough shot. It was a very tough, yeah. She didn't miss it by much, so. Well, I'm just going to watch this next 8-ball shot and see what happens.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Just want to hop in and if you guys didn't check out the Hill match, a game between Bustamante and Jason Shaw on the Bigfoot 5x10 diamond table that they're playing in Derby City, then you've missed out on probably the commentator curse of the century. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, didn't make it. Oh my God. All right, well, Cassie's going to close out with a 9-ball in the corner pocket.
I think probably the most extreme, as she does finish that 9, the most extreme case of commentator's curse I've ever seen was like the famous Reggie Miller basketball game where he scored something like 12 points in like 4 regulation seconds from inbounds and 3-pointers. After all the commentators were like, it's over, this game's done for, and they came back and it was like a huge playoff game, right? Stolen inbounds at the 3-point, Dom says. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, nothing that crazy here tonight except for just another win from Cassandra. She can chalk one up. We're still going back over those stats. Before the end of the season, we'll let you know who's on top between her and Eric. It's definitely a close match, depending on who you ask. Cassandra or Eric could be in the lead. But I digress. We're going to take another short break while we get ready for the Shark Attack. And I believe I'm going to take this opportunity to plug some of my music again while we're waiting. This is Grandmasters featuring Wands, the 5.
Oh, you guys lag, right?
If you're chill and you still wanna ride with me, hop in the whip going up and down the 5 with me. If you're chill and you still wanna ride with me, hop in the whip going up and down the 5 with me. We roll, we go, top down with the pedal to the floor. We roll, we know that vibe going up and down the coast.
Butter bumper, yo, I'm leaving this place. The city lights and desert heat aren't really paving the way. Hop in the bucket with the ruckus, wipe the sweat off my face. 80 mph on the 5 where the sky is all gray. And now I'm heading up north where it rains all day. Top down, bass booming with my sweet lady. Smoking herb with the wind, feeling so blasé. How could I ever wanna leave the California? Ay, okay, now it's time to buy sunglasses and plastic. In my pocket got the funds, call me Mr. Fantastic. Payments high, a mirage, heat waving my lane. The L's already rolled up, can you pass over the flame? Now we roll, and we go. Top down with the pedal to the floor. And we roll, and we know that vibe going up and down the coast.
If you're chill and you still wanna ride with me, hop in the whip going up and down the 5 with me. If you're chill and you still wanna ride with me, hop in the whip going up and down the 5 with me.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back here at Sharky Waters for the Shark Attack. The boys are going to lag for the break here.
Cassandra is back in the commentating booth.
Hello, Cassandra.
Hello. So it is a 9-ball race to 7. Who won the lag? Dom won the lag there.
That's correct.
In 9-ball, you must hit the lowest ball first. Any ball after must hit a cushion after contact to make it a legal hit. The 3 foul rule is in effect, meaning that if you can get your opponent to foul 2 times in a row, you must let them know that they've had 2 fouls. And then you get them to foul a 3rd time, and it is a loss of that rack and is a game point. Dom has a pretty good break there. It looks like he might just have a shot on the 1 ball through the 7 and the 8. 5 ball is down on the break. Nice shot on the 1. Way to squeak through that window. Cue ball went forward a little bit more than he had wanted, but he's still got a good look at this 2, especially to bring him around to the 3. He ended up getting safe, I think, behind that 9 ball. No, looks like Brian might have a look at it. It's getting down like he does. Must be true. Ooh, great shot by Brian. He draws that 2 ball and sticks Dom behind the 9 ball. Is it really quiet? Nice true rail attempt by Dom. Barely misses contact and scratches in the side pocket, giving Brian ball in hand. Still a lot of work on the table. Brian uses the natural angle of the 2 ball and just a little bit of an outside to come to put the 3 ball in the side pocket. Brian tries to draw off of that 3 there, ends up making contact with the 8. Leaves himself a tough cut. Nice cut. Goes up and down and back table. Long shot on the 6 ball, but he's got the line. Nice shot on the 6. A little fast or slow. You might have wanted to. Brian tried to bank it, and 8 ball got in the way. Leaves the 7, 8, and 9 on the table for Dom. Nice shot by Dom. Rolls a little fast, and he got short side shape, but at least he can see the whole ball. Great shot by Dom. Gets a good line on the 9-ball. Nice out by Dom. That puts him up 1-0 after the first rack.
First clap we've ever had.
Little golf clap in the background there from David Lash, sounding very both respectable and dainty is how I would describe that clap.
Have you seen the way that he puts chalk down on the table?
Not a slight against Mr. Lash. No, I have not seen that. Can you describe it for me?
It's like a flick of the wrist.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
Two balls down on this break by Dom. It's going to be the 4 and the
5, it looks
five,
like.
yeah, 4 and 5. I almost hit the 6 ball. Ooh.
God forbid we ever say the wrong ball went down.
Hey, I try not to. I really do. I try my best not to. Nice little shot into the side pocket by Dom for that 1. Gets a good angle at the 2. Makes contact with the cue ball against the 6 to hold it there. Gets a good angle here. Ooh, a little bit fast. He snookered himself.
Yeah. Luckily, no scratch in the corner, but unluckily, he's like got a pretty big kick to pull off here.
Yeah. Looks like he's aiming at the 1 rail. Oh, maybe the 2. Yeah, it looks like he's looking at the 2 rail. I like the 2 rail in this situation. There's so many good things that can happen with those balls along that rail. Ooh, nice shot. Made contact 3 rails. It's coming back around. Hits it again. Leaves Brian awfully close to his work. Great shot by Brian. Way to keep the cue ball in the middle of the table too, so he can get a good lead on that 7.
Oh my.
Oh, he rattles the 7 ball.
Just not what you were expecting there. He was coming to the table with so much confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. He had landed a great shot. Dom takes back control of the table here. Oh, those pockets are so tight.
Got a little taste of Brian's medicine there with the dribble out of the corner pocket.
Yeah.
And not an easy look here for Brian by any means. As if the shot weren't difficult enough, we've got a very rambunctious Michaela here, sharking our contestant.
Absolutely. It is a kid-friendly set, though. We do like to
all inclusive, as we say, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Age or kid or race, as long as you're not a Niners fan, right?
I don't know. I prefer Niners.
All right.
Than like the Patriots.
I'll give you that.
The only time I root for the Cowboys is when they are playing the Patriots. Dom tried a side pocket shot there on the 8-ball and just kind of missed it.
Yeah, he's not happy with what he left Brian either.
No.
That.
Left it pretty simple out there, unfortunately.
Yeah, you don't want to call it before it happens, but you could pretty much tell with just the 2 remaining balls there that it was that rack was over.
Yeah.
Brian settles the score 1-1, and he'll be back up to break at this next rack. Really like watching these two guys play each other. As I've been kind of coming up as our like resident rookie pool player here, I've had a lot of great talent to look up to, and it's been interesting too to see like where these kind of rivalries begin between our friends and our peers and stuff, and how each other's games evolve and separates. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people play real similar as they play each other a lot.
Yeah.
And then you notice that start to change as they going into different leagues or picking up different partners on
Habits,
Scotch
yeah.
doubles or working with a different coach or a different trainer.
Watching different pros. A lot of people try to get their fundamentals from the pros, which is I totally advocate for.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever they're doing it right, and it's working for them for a reason.
Killer safety there, just uses
That
all of the
wall of
power of all the
ball.
balls, and even if Dom can squeeze between those and get contact, it's
Nice reverse safe.
exactly not much to do on the offense, but just hand it back over to Brian with a tough shot.
Yep.
Looks like Brian was maybe going for round 3 on that safety battle there, but he left Dom a pretty open look at it.
Yep. Oh, that's a good one right there. He hugged him right up against that 9. It doesn't look like it's frozen, but they're awfully close together.
Yeah.
That means that it normally takes some sort of manipulation of the cue ball if he doesn't get, the right angle because he's behind that 9 ball.
You know, these moments too where you're having to like just to stay alive, just having to shoot these super difficult kicks.
Yep.
Let's see what he does.
Great hit.
Great contact with
Yep.
the 1 there. Leaves it right up close to the rail.
Yep. Makes it difficult shot for Dom.
Yeah.
Really nice shot though. And he's gonna get decent shape off of that. He made
Yeah.
a connection with the 5 ball.
I was gonna say is those mentally taxing shots, getting out of those defensive plays as the 2 ball drops in the corner there. That can be your endurance for that can be the difference between an overall victory of a set
yeah.
of matches or not.
There's so many people who don't like to have to get out of safeties, and they don't like it when their opponents play safeties on them. And if you can mentally exhaust your opponent and win that way, that's being a real shark
Yeah.
right there.
We heard Brian talk about that in the open swim a little bit. I would definitely put him in the category of people that's seen some like major growth of their like emotional endurance on the
Yep.
pool table this last year, especially.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just interesting what it takes for people to get there and overcome that.
Nice bank by
Nice.
Dom on that 5 ball.
Long, full table and back bank of that 5 ball. For some people, it can take things happen in your personal life. If it can take some serious meditation and focus on what you want to achieve. 6 ball in the corner, a nice shot again by Dom. And my reasoning for bringing up this with putting a magnifying glass on this topic here is this is like something that we're really a topic that we're tackling here at Sharky Waters like all the time, as Dom unfortunately misses that 7 and
Yeah, you overcut it
hands
just
it back
a little
over to
bit.
Brian. But like your mental aptitude, your emotional aptitude, like people talk about their physical game all
Yeah.
the time. Your aim and your foundation and your shot.
You have to have the heart of a champion in order to be one.
So where it's early days for us to be saying too much, but we are working on putting together some material, some Sharky Waters led lessons.
Yep.
Little getaway opportunity to play some pool with some other budding pool players and like tackle these intangible things. The mental space that it takes to be a champion on the pool table, the emotional space that you have to be in to be able to manage yourself for long sets of, over 10 racks in a row sometimes. Nice contact with the 7.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a race to 9 is very common in local tournaments, and so that means that you can have a 17-game max, if it goes hill.
That's so
a long
much
time
to play back to back.
So you really have to get your mental stamina, if you will, ready for
cut
that.
There by Brian to get that 7 in the corner, and he's got a nice look at that 8 now too.
There was that shot that Brian doesn't like, that back cut.
Yeah.
He was saying he didn't like it, and there it was. All right.
Nice look in the corner on the 8.
Yeah. Oh, Dom overcut that 9 ball.
Oh, if only it went just a few more inches, I think he still would have had that angle in the corner. Unfortunately, he hands it back over to Brian, and not a back cut, but definitely a weird one, or maybe a kick, it looks like, is his plan here.
I'm actually surprised by the kick. I'm surprised he wouldn't just try to throw it into the pocket.
Just gotta give a quick shout out to like one of our top fans, Casey, in the chat room, all the way over on the East Coast, I believe, right? Casey, we just wanted to say, hey, you were in our thoughts the other day when we were having our team meeting, and as Brian just barely misses it. Of course, house rule is you shoot every shot, so Dom will have to finish this out proper. But as I was saying, Casey, you were just in our thoughts and in our conversation as we were talking about people that have been so supportive of the show, and we just wanted to give you a big shout out and just kind of reach out and let you know, like, we'd really love to come out to your neck of the woods sometime and play some pool out there. And that's definitely an intention that we're setting for the near future, is to connect with more fans in their neighborhood and learn a little bit about your pool culture. So, Casey, we look forward to maybe talking to you in a direct message or in an email or something, and see maybe if we can make a connection.
Yeah. Remind me, Casey, where do you live again? I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling in the next couple of years, so I might be somewhere near you.
I thought it was New York. I know we've got a lot of people from not in the Pacific Northwest area, so I apologize if we're mislocating you. But Dom back up to the table, big break, drops the playing a little catch up here.
7 ball.
7 ball, yeah.
The 7 ball. Has a nice look at the 1 ball, open table.
Rochester, New York, says Casey. That's right.
Pool Expo. I should be there in the next couple years.
Awesome. Yeah, we're curious, Casey, out in Rochester, what's like your go-to pool hall or pool area? Where do you and your friends like to shoot games?
Dom hooked himself behind the 6 ball on that last shot there. He's going to jump over it.
Yeah, he's busting out the jump cue. First jump of the night. I'm trying to think the last time that we've had a shark attack with no jumps. I think we've had at least one. 30 minutes south in Mount Morris, Letchworth State Park. Says Casey, hit me up. We'd love to play. Yeah, man, we'll definitely be in touch.
Great contact on that jump. Dom got over that 6 ball perfectly. Michaela, why don't you go?
So here we got Brian up to bat, looking at the 3 ball. And the 3 drops, though he's got a tough job on the 4. He gets the shot to go, gets good contact. He gets real close in that corner pocket, but unfortunately he just pops out for him, and Dom will be, as I thought, dropping that 4 ball in the corner, and now looking over here at the 5. Richard, we see you in the chat room. Shout out to Fargo Billiards in Fargo, North Dakota. Had a couple Midwest friends as a kid, fellow musicians. And I used to always laugh because when we were heading to like our orchestra or our music events or whatever it was never hopping in the car with mom. It was happing in the car with ma'am. Shout out to all you folks out there in Fargo. Oh yeah, Fargo. Well, Dom goes for a little 2-way safety side pocket action on the 8 ball, and he just gets it to bounce right off the fin there.
Now, that's not where the town where Fargo rate came from, though, because there's also Fargo, I think it's Fargo, Colorado, where Mike Page lives.
Multiple Fargos. Yeah, I'm familiar with the film Fargo, and Richard's laughing in the chat room that they didn't even film it in the actual city of Fargo. How about the series? No, not the movie, but the...
No, probably not a series. I wouldn't...
There was a Netflix series.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Tom Hanks' kid. Oh, and Dom just dribbles the 9 ball out of that corner, handing it back over to Brian, and see what he's got in mind here.
Thank you, Jordan, Texas.
Brian does the same, just a dribble out between the fins there, can't get it to go, and that's a tough loss. You definitely don't want to. You don't like to see the 9 ball going back and forth like that. The same miss, opposite or adjacent corners, but hey, it happens to the best of us. Well, yeah, all you sharks in the chat, we're giving all the attention to Richard and Casey, but Jordan obviously said he was from Texas. But yeah, let us know where you're watching from. Traveling and taking this show on the road is like in our very near future. And we obviously want to connect with the people that are already supporters and, hopefully bring something cool to your pool community. So... yeah, anyone that's got a cool spot that we can bring our cameras and stuff over to next time we're in your town, like a pool hall or a bar with some nice tables, or reach out and let us know.
Nice shot on the 1. Unfortunately, he made contact with that 3 ball and might have hooked himself a little bit. Oh, you could see the ball.
Yeah, he kept it clean. I thought he was going to have a 2-for-1 with that 3. Unfortunately, just kind of caused a little bit of... It was a bit of a nuisance there.
He definitely made the 3-4 harder, though. Ooh, Dom almost got that window perfect.
Justin Stewart from Colorado, we see you there in the chat room. Where do you like to play pool in Colorado? Curious, what you talking Denver or Fort Collins?
Mm-hmm.
Fort Worth is Texas. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Fort Collins, Colorado.
Nice little top English there to get past the 3 ball and onto the 4. He had ball in hand, though.
Nice straight shot down the rail. Gets the 4 to go.
Yep. Has a nice little angle on the 5 to come out off of the rail here. Nice shot on the 6 ball to keep the cue ball in the right quadrant for shape on the 7 to go forward for the 8. Great shot on the 8. Overrolled it a little bit or underrolled it if he wanted to put it in the side. Got pretty close to his work.
Oh, dangerous.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen that shot go down that way before. How unfortunate for Brian. Ball in hand on the 9, that close to
Twice.
the side pocket.
Twice. That's the second time.
Makes easy work of it.
Bring us a score 4-1 right now.
That's too bad for Brian. You got to appreciate that he has the ability to just laugh it off, though.
Yes.
That would.
Yes.
I know all too many people that play this game that would be in cursing like a sailor.
I probably would.
After an opportunity like that, but Brian loves the game and he's happy to be here, and there's many more racks to go, so can't stop now.
Nope. We've seen comebacks bigger than this, right?
Speaking of people that play this game and people that we like a whole lot, shout out to Matthew Wells in the chat room. Man, can't remember the last time that we saw Matt Wells around here, but we miss you a bunch, buddy, and we look forward to seeing you back here, dude.
I also don't remember the last time Dom dry broke.
Yeah. I think there was one last week, but it's not common.
Great jump, great connection. 7 ball is drifting down to the opposite corner pocket. And Brian has a combo with this 1 ball.
Nice little sequence here by Brian.
He's definitely taking that jump shot as an advantage. Or using it to his advantage. Nice shot on the 4. Good look at the 5 in the side. Nice draw for the 5. Real natural angle to come down table for the 8 off of the 6. Actually put a little bit of right spin on that one. Oof. That 8-ball decided it wasn't going to fall in the pocket. Doesn't leave Dom a favorable shot, but I'm not counting them out.
Oh, and you gotta wonder if it's gonna catch the
It
fin,
did.
and it does.
Nice shot. Nice Z-bank there, Dom.
That was the play, just like Coach drew it up.
Oh, and he overcut the 9-ball. He's missing everything on the pro side tonight.
I think we're even now. We can start playing again? That's the change from my house and shoot that last night.
Leaving that final shot to Brian, and he drops it.
All right, that brings the score 4-2.
Nobody else got haters.
I think we've got some like Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets back here in our crowd tonight, getting some weird jeers. Hate to say that we would have people coming to watch the show playing favorites.
See if Paul Clinic's watching.
I personally operate on a home team or no team policy in that regard, but do like to see good competition either way.
Nice break from Brian. 5-ball goes down on the break. Nice little bit of top English there. I think it falls a little bit short of what he wanted. He's gonna take it down long table here. Nice shot. Almost as if his name was Skylar Woodward.
Nice stop on the 3 there.
Absolutely, especially long table like that. Oh, unfortunately, those fins got him.
Tough.
4-ball stayed in the pocket. Nice little bit of top inside here to come back to the middle of the table for the 6-ball.
Kind of pushed himself right up on the 7 there, and it just ended up not getting in his way.
Yeah, absolutely. Ended up with a favorable leave on the 7 too.
Yeah.
A little bit of draw off of that 6-ball. Nice little stun, drift back a little bit. Dom's looking to see what he wants to do with this 8-ball. And he tried to bank combo the 8-9. Oh, I was holding my breath there because the whole way down it looked like it was good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything before it dropped though. Nice little back cut there with some right English. Sends him right into the 9 and gives him really favorable shape.
How many times that come up now? Happens all the time. I know, man. It's funny how often
Well,
practice
Gotta say, Brian showing his endurance here after a couple moments, like we were saying, that could have easily been really frustrating and really draining. He instead is keeping his composure and draining his shots. So we're seeing potentially a little momentum shift here.
Yeah.
As Brian's coming back. Scores 4-3. Dom's still up by 1, but with Brian up to bat here on the break, we'll see where the energy flows in this game tonight.
Nice break by Brian there. He made the 1 ball and what is that? 4 ball on the break. Looks like he might be kicking at this 2 ball though. Maybe you can see part of it past the 9 ball. Oh, he's gonna mass, eh? Ooh.
Right into the 9?
He massed into the 9 ball.
He got a nice little bit of curve there, and his form was good, but he unfortunately collided with the 9 before. That'll put Dom with ball in hand in kind of a dangerous position here. I'd be surprised if he gets cheesy with this shot, but you never know. Opts to not move the cue ball and just
he
shoot
liked
it
it
as
for
is.
the 9. I
Yeah,
guess.
and it worked out okay too. He's got the 3 between the Q and the 2, and
Yeah. There's definitely some good things that happened there. Nice hit. Doesn't leave an awesome shot of the 2, but there is an open carom. Oh, he went to bank it. 2 ball connected with the 5 ball. Maybe he was playing a safe. It's hard to tell from where I was sitting. Brian banks that 2 ball back into the opposite corner by accident. He actually kind of apologized to Dom for that.
Three in the corner. Little gas on there to bring it back around for the 5. You can just notice by the body language, as soon as he let go of that shot, that he knew something was a little off.
Yeah. Yeah, left Dom tough though. Left him kicking. Nice hit. 5 ball almost comes back and squeezes into the side pocket, but it connected with the fin a little too early.
Technically looking at another little back cut here.
Mm-hmm.
Though you can't imagine that shot being executed any other way.
Yeah. Cue ball was a little bit slow. Didn't get up where he wanted to be. Brian opts for the bank. Gets down table to where the 7 is. And leaves Dom. Leaves Dom tough on the 6 ball again. I think you can see part of it, maybe. Maybe not. Nope. He's hooked. He's kicking at it again. Ooh, great shot. Great hit. Ooh. Brian hit that ball a little bit too thick. or too thin. I'm not sure. He overcut the ball. And ended up giving Dom back the 6 ball. Is that back cut again? Gets him. Oh no. Dom hung the 6 ball. Brian added an extension to the back of the cue so that he could hit that 6 ball without having to grab a bridge. Overruled the cue ball just a little bit, I think, but still has a shot. Oh, he overcut that ball again. Left Dom tough. You can see maybe a quarter of the 7 ball. Ooh, nice hit. He actually massaged a little bit. Nice shot on the 7. Way to hold the cue ball in the right quadrant. All right, nice use of some top left English to come down to the 9 ball. Nice out by Brian. It makes the score even again, 4-4. Brian's back up to break.
Could kind of sense little shift happening there.
Mm-hmm.
Tie game with Brian back up to break.
Yeah, just like we talked about a couple of weeks ago in Daniel's episode, Dan Wingate's episode, you know, flows come back and forth, and, you know, it's not always just one person dominating the entire game. It can switch between players at any given moment.
Yeah.
Brian made the 1 ball on the break. Nice shot on the 2 ball. Got right in between that 3 and 6. Looks like he might be looking at the 3 and 8 combo here.
Just seeing Alan One or Oni. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly in the chat.
Safety.
Looking for a little action. We're hearing. Go ahead and send a direct message to the page, Alan, with the best way that we can contact you and where you're located. And if you're close enough to the Northwest, there's always potential opportunity to come be on the show as one of our featured guests. No promises, of course. We're not in charge of the booking. We've got a separate team behind that'll be in touch once you reach out to us. But definitely would love to connect and hear more about you and your story and experience playing pool. So, yeah, Alan, please send us a message and we'll talk to you more after we wrap up this episode here.
Great attempt on that 3 ball. Nice shot by Dom there. Ooh, nice long attempt on that 4 ball. Looks like the 4 might have just squeaked out enough past the 5 to put it in that corner pocket. Oh. Fortunately, that 4 rattled out of the pocket. Bringing it back to Dom.
Well, he made easy work of the 4, but we're sitting here with a bit of an awkward position on this 5, in that the angle's not great and it's right on the rail. We've got a 6 and an 8 along the path. It's just hard to say what Dom's cooking up here, but let's take a look. And he goes for the super thin cut, and he doesn't quite get it to go where he wanted, but he snugs it right up behind the 9 and then throws the cue ball on the other side of it and ended up with a pretty stellar safety.
Ooh, great hit on the 5, and it comes back and pockets that 9 ball. Nice shot. That brings the score 5-3. It's the first time Brian's been up tonight.
Great work by Brian to see that opportunity there. I'll admit I was not, with the momentum that was happening in that game, I was not looking at that as a money shot the way that he was. That's pretty impressive that he was able to just capitalize on that in that way. Another big old break. A couple balls nearly dropped, but in the end he did get the 3 and the 5 to fall.
Yep, and he's going to call push out here. And Dom gives the push out back to Brian. And Brian's going to jump over the 6 ball. And he misses the 1, giving Dom ball in hand. So that was a good call by Dom to give that pushback, the push out or roll out. It's also known as.
Great liftoff with the jump cue. Unfortunate that he didn't make the connection he hoped for.
Yeah, it's hard because you're trying to hit that 1 ball so thin to put it in the pocket, you know.
Yeah, it's like, it has me thinking like that shot's hard enough on the ground, nonetheless trying to do it from the air.
Ooh, Dom gets that 9 ball flying. Oh, that was a great turn of events for Dom. He kicked at the 6 ball, attempted to bank the 9 ball off of the 2 ball, and then the cue ball comes back and gets stuck behind the 2 ball. Oh, great shot.
Wow.
That was a really awesome shot. And he ended up with shape on the 4.
You know, I noticed those shots where you got to jack your cue up real high and you're shooting at the cue on an awkward angle. Like, that really bothers a lot of people, but I rarely see it phase Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I think like with his height, he just has like a good peripheral and line of sight for that.
Well, and speaking of line of sight, that 4 went straight down the rail, right in the corner.
Yep. Brian
Saw him put a little bottom right on that to make sure he didn't scratch.
Yeah, Brian has a good leave on the 6 ball. I'm not sure that that's really what he wanted there. Left himself tough on the 7. And I tried to play a nice little safety behind the 8 ball. Unfortunately, he connected with too much of it. Bumped it out of the way. Oh, that 7 ball flew out of the side pocket for Dom.
Well, I don't want to bring any weird energy to the situation, but I'm seeing a lot more of those balls bat up against both of the fins and then pop out tonight than what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, normally I feel like the side pockets are just a little bit more generous, and the corner pockets are the harder ones.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Nice shot by Dom. Dom unfortunately misses that 8 ball. I have a feeling he's going to start catching his gear again soon, though.
Sensing a little frustration little weight on both players' shoulders here as they're
Nice shot by Dom.
seeing a couple balls like just not go in that they know they're capable of. And
Yeah, this
like
is...
Dom's pushing through that a little bit here.
Oh,
Commentator curse.
yeah. Commentator's curse right there. Door. All right, that
I suppose I spoke too soon on that one. Cassandra, you were saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, you're fine. So that brings the score 6-4. Brian has been on a roll these past few racks, but I think that Dom's going to pull it together here, start making some good shots. You know, this is the moment when both players are frustrated, and it just depends on who gets out of their frustration sooner and starts building their own confidence within themselves, you know, and thinking about the good things.
Yeah.
And like leaving the bad on the table. Brian hooks himself on the 1 ball after making the 4 ball on the break. He massays between those 2 balls. Great shot.
Same shooter, guys. Same shooter.
Fortunately, he missed that 2 ball. Nice 3 ball shot by Dom. He has a line on this 5 ball. Looks like he's aiming to put it in the side pocket. Ooh, great shot. Nice little bit of follow there to come down for the 6 ball. Nice use of the rail to come back up table, squeezed right behind that, and right between the 7 and the 8 ball. Brian definitely pushed through that ball. Came back to the other end of the table. Brian ended up missing the 8 ball and gave it back to Dom. Banks the 8 back towards the 9 and connects with the 9 ball. Brian pots the 8 ball. And the final 9 ball is down.
Well, there you have it. Great out by Brian. And you saw both players shooting some really impressive stuff. And like we were saying, Cassandra, I think ultimately it was just that endurance of ability to keep it together there. Brian just excelled a little bit in that regard tonight. And I think that was the little difference maker that allowed him to get that momentum for the win there at the end. But we certainly saw both people playing some great pool out there, and that's what it's all about. Well, it's time to move on to the break pot. Brian has put his $10 in the treasure chest that's inside the other treasure chest. He's gonna break this 9-ball rack, and if he can get all the way through to the 9-ball or make a legal carom or a legal combo and drop that 9-ball, as long as a ball goes down on every shot, he gets to stay on the table and keep trying. And if he wins that, he's gonna be taking home the money that's in the treasure chest inside the other treasure chest. You can see the boys making the exchange back there. Shoot well, Brian, and hopefully we see some interesting action here.
You weren't lying about that, man. Good break, Brian. Nice.
Dry break, unfortunately, we'll be keeping our man's money until next time. Well, that being said, I'm going to send it back over to Dom for the old farewell.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for joining us in the chats, putting up with the technical difficulties. Everybody be sure to go to Brian Trudeau Automotive's Facebook page, give it a like, give it a share. More importantly, bring your vehicles there. Bring your pool cues while you wait, get some service done. Pink Slip Billiards, it's a auto body, it's an auto mechanic shop by day and a pool hall by night. And Clean Slate Billiards is my business, Clean Slate Pool Tables. You can find us on Facebook, contact us there if you need any pool table maintenance done. Tipsy Tomato, we'll see you guys in a little bit. And shout out to Harold Prine for the custom cue work that I play with. Sorry I didn't do you the justice there, but I just ran out of gas. That's bottom line, you know. Michaela, thanks for coming. It's always a pleasure having you around, sweetie. And be sure to tune in next week. We've got my best friend growing up from grade school, Brian Scott, flying in from San Diego. The week after that, we've got Jordan Irwin, and then following that, we've got Sarah Knoll. So tune into those episodes. A lot to dive into with those guys. Practice your drills, practice your back cuts. Hit that donate button. Don't forget to also check out the Grandmaster's website where you can buy the tickets to the show for tour show at Barbados for his release of the new song. Sharky Waters' birthday coming up next week. Tune in. And until then, perfect practice makes perfect performance. Enjoy peace.
See you later, guys.
It's in the trees as they swing in the wind. It's in the cars as they passing you, my friend. It's in the dogs barking.